today I'll be taking over the cooking. What I'll be preparing today is going to be like a noodle soup bowl kind of thing with steak on top. So I've got many different parts to this noodle soup. So I've got 2 steaks Somali that I'm going to fry and just chop up and put on top. I've got different sorts of veg. So I've got pak choy, mushrooms, bean sprouts, spring onions. And then I've got the soup component, which I'm going to use soy sauce, miso paste, sesame oil and vinegar. That combination, don't really know why, but it's just, I've seen my mum use similar sort of combos for soups, but none of this really is authentic. I'm not really full Asian, so... No, I can't say that. I can't really make any authentic Asian food, so this is just what I've tried and what tastes best to me, so just try it for yourself and make your adjustments for yourself. A lot of this stuff you might struggle to get from your normal supermarket, but fortunately my mum's Asian, so she takes me to the Asian supermarket and that's where I got my stuff. So just tag along with an Asian and go to the supermarket with them. Quite nice. You're just drying the steak so that you get a nicer crust on it when you fry it. That's about it. So this is a cast iron skillet, very heavy iron based pan. So whenever you're frying a steak you just want it to be screaming hot for the first bit so you can get a crust on either side. First thing I normally do when I'm cooking my steaks is, well, you're gonna let them get to room temperature, and then I always render the fat a little bit. So put it fat side down. Want as much contact with the steak and the pan so you can get that crust. That's what you want. You see that crust there? So it's nice and got a nice colour to it. It looks like a lot of butter because it is. 6 minutes. Water. So I've cooked the steak. I just need to let it rest, and then in the meantime I'm just going to start prepping my veg and the soup. Well, I bloody hope so. Bloody hope it's good. I bloody hope I'm not overcook the steak, you know. So for this soup broth, I'm going to use ginger, spring onions, garlic, simple. Next, oyster sauce. Miso paste. Okay. sometimes it's nice to make flavours complicated, but other times it's nice to just enjoy the simplicity of the dish, especially when you're putting a lot of components together, like in this dish, as you'll see. Fried and first. Patchy. So I met Bilal on my second year placement at Wiston, and honestly I thought, what a bloody weird guy, to be fair, first thing. As a medical student you bump into people a lot, and I just kept bumping into him at different events. All the veg I've cooked today really don't need cooking for that long. Only a couple of minutes each. You kind of know when they're done. In terms of like the ideas for this dish, I'm not really seeing many Koreans make this exact dish, but there's this one dish in Korean culture called bibimbap. So it's basically a bowl of rice with like chili sauce, but then they normally just make loads of different veg and they just put it in like different parts on top of the rice. So I suppose in some way this is kind of imitating that, but with noodles and a soup. You'll see later. So these are egg noodles. I don't know, they just come in some ambiguous plastic bag, and I got them from the Asian supermarket. You won't be able to get them from Asda or Aldi, but any sort of egg noodles work. But the ones from Aldi are trash. The ones from Asda, trash. So if you've got the opportunity to go to an Asian supermarket, you can do. Actually, to be fair, the fresh ones from Aldi aren't too bad, but yeah, these are quite nice. So. Two bowls here, one for me, one for Richard, my housemate, and as you can see, we've got the noodles and soup underneath, the fried steak on top, and all the vegetables garnish, and a soft boiled egg. So if you would like to see more videos, like and subscribe for more.